BCCI President Roger Binny's future. Will new sports bill extend his term beyond 70? Is Indian cricket's powerful governing body about to face a seismic change in leadership rules? That's the million-dollar question on everyone's lips as the much-anticipated sports bill comes closer to reality, and the implications for BCCI President Roger Binny are huge. Here's the situation. Roger Binny, the current president of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, celebrated his 70th birthday this past Saturday. But that milestone has actually triggered a bit of uncertainty. The present BCCI constitution, crafted under the guidance of the Justice Lodha Committee, enforces a strict age ceiling of 70 for its top officials. So, does Binny need to step down immediately, or could he get a last-minute extension until the annual general meeting, AGM, in September? And, if so, will Vice-President Rajeev Shukla step in as interim chief in the meantime? But here's where it gets controversial. There's a new draft national sports bill on the horizon. Expected to be introduced by Union Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia during the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament, this bill proposes to raise the current age cap for administrators from 70 to 75 years. If and when the bill becomes law, the BCCI, as a national sports federation, NSF, would likely fall under its jurisdiction, potentially appending years of precedent around leadership tenure. You might be thinking, but isn't the BCCI famously independent and financially self-sufficient without government funding? True. But the landscape is shifting. With Indian cricket teams preparing for a historic appearance at the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics, observers predict the BCCI will need to play by the new rules set by the sports bill, even if it has previously operated in its own sphere. Sources close to Binny have revealed that he intends to consult with BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia and the legal division to discuss his next steps in light of the evolving legal situation. Being proactive makes sense, since the story is developing fast. So, what exactly does the draft sports bill say about age limits? According to details in the draft, as cited in reports, any person wishing to contest BCCI elections or be nominated to the executive committee must align with relevant international charters and bylaws on age and term durations. As it stands, candidates can't be older than 70 on the final date of nomination, but here's the twist: people aged 70 to 75 could still run for office and serve a full term if allowed by international statutes. For example, if someone is 69 years and 364 days old at the time of nomination, there's a scenario where they could serve well past their 70th birthday if the new bill is adopted. And this is the part most people miss: the International Cricket Council, ICC, unlike some organizations like FIFA or the International Olympic Committee, has no upper age limit for key positions. If the new Indian legislation passes and ICC maintains its current stance, then Binny, or anyone else meeting the criteria, could, in theory, continue to serve right up until the age of 75. Meanwhile, what happens to Rajeev Shukla? He could temporarily lead as interim president until the new law comes into force. But inside BCCI, there's no clear consensus. Should Shukla be officially elevated just for a couple of months, or is it better to keep things steady and wait for possible regulatory changes? Here's a debate that could spark heated discussion. Some influential voices within BCCI circles strongly believe that the president's chair should always go to a respected former Indian cricketer. Names like Sourav Ganguly and Roger Binny come to mind, rather than politicians or outsiders. Is tradition more important than new perspectives or legal reforms? What do you think? Should age limits be more flexible for experienced administrators? Is it best for the BCCI to keep ex-cricketers at the helm, or is this policy too restrictive? If you have strong feelings about age caps, sports governance, or the future of Indian cricket, share your opinions below. Are long-serving leaders a strength or a liability for cricket administration? Let's get the conversation started. BCCI Presidency in Jeopardy. Roger Binny turns 70. Imagine this: the highest authority in Indian cricket is suddenly shrouded in mystery, all because of a birthday. Yes, you heard it right. The presidency of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, is now a hot topic of debate, and it all revolves around one man, Roger Binny. Binny, the current president, has just turned 70, and this has sparked a whirlwind of confusion and speculation. But here's where it gets controversial. The BCCI Constitution, approved by the Supreme Court, clearly states that any office bearer must step down upon reaching the age of 70. So, what happens next? Let's dive in and explore the twists and turns of this cricketing conundrum. Roger Binny, the incumbent president, celebrated his 70th birthday on a Saturday, July 19. According to the BCCI Constitution, specifically on page 30, any individual holding an office is automatically disqualified upon turning 70. This means that the Vice-President, Rajeev Shukla, should be the one taking the reins. However, those who are close to Binny, the former India all-rounder and World Cup winner, argue that he can continue in his position until the annual general meeting, AGM, in September. They claim that no official documents need to be signed for this transition, adding another layer of uncertainty to the situation. But this is the part most people miss. There's another factor at play here, the impending sports bill, also known as the Sports Governance Bill. This bill is expected to be introduced and passed during the ongoing monsoon session of Parliament. Unlike the current BCCI constitution, the proposed legislation does not enforce a strict age limit. Instead, it allows office bearers of national sports federations to continue their roles until the age of 75. Mansukh Mandavia, the sports minister, is expected to introduce this bill, which is said to override the constitutions of all national sports federations. This development could potentially change the game entirely, making the current age limit debate seem almost obsolete. As of now, there has been no official statement from the BCCI regarding this matter. Top officials were in Singapore for the recently concluded ICC annual conference, making them unavailable for immediate comment. However, insiders suggest that clarity may emerge in the coming days. A source familiar with the situation hinted that more information could be forthcoming soon. Binny himself has been unavailable for comment. After returning to his hometown of Bengaluru from London, where he attended the Lord's Test, he jetted off to Thailand to celebrate his milestone birthday. He is reportedly enjoying a vacation on an island near Thailand, accompanied by family members, including his daughters and grandchildren who flew in from Australia. This sudden trip has only added to the intrigue surrounding his presidency. So, what do you think? Should Binny step down immediately, or should he be allowed to continue until the AGM? And how will the impending sports bill affect the current situation? The cricketing world is buzzing with these questions, and it's time for you to join the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's see where this debate takes us. After all, cricket is more than just a game, it's a reflection of our society, our values, and our never-ending quest for justice and fairness. Roger Binny's BCCI presidency, age cap controversy explained. Roger Binny's tenure as BCCI president is hanging in the balance, sparking a heated debate over age limits and leadership transitions. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, is grappling with a constitutional crisis following Roger Binny's 70th birthday on July 19. According to the Supreme Court-approved BCCI constitution, no office bearer can continue in their role once they reach the age of 70. This rule, if strictly enforced, would disqualify Binny from his position. But here's where it gets controversial. While the constitution seems clear, there are whispers within the BCCI that Binny might continue in an informal capacity until the BCCI's annual general meeting, AGM, in September. The rationale behind this is that no official documents need to be signed until then, allowing him to serve in a caretaker role. This ambiguity has led to widespread speculation, with no official statement from the BCCI yet. Adding to the intrigue, Binny is currently